Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind Germany Season 1 Episode 6. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. This was a really good episode. I was thoroughly entertained. Okay, let's jump in. So, Hany and Daniel have hit a rough patch. Basically, he's all in. And she's kind of pulling back. She needs a little bit of breathing room.
Du könntest mal mehr gefühlvoll sein.
Ja, es dauert. Du bist ja gar nicht so, dass du deinen Platz brauchst.
Deswegen, wenn du sagst, du brauchst eine Stunde ab und zu, dann ich lese ein Buch, ich gehe irgendwo hin, mach Sport. Lieber so, als dass du das in das Schreien frisst und dann sagst, ja, ich habe nie Freiraum gehabt.
Ja, ich werde es sagen, wenn es soweit ist. Ja.
It is completely understandable for Hany to want to just have moments of solitude. I just want to be alone for a little bit, just to have time to recharge and then come back, especially because essentially this person is still a stranger. You know, they don't fully know your idiosyncrasies and stuff. Like, you're still getting to know each other. Sometimes you just need a break. So I totally understand. The only thing for me that's confusing is she's making it seem like Daniel is suffocating her. And I'm thinking, I haven't really seen him do anything that's like he's smothering her, he's overwhelming her. So I'm just like, is it a lack of mutual interest, or like what is going on? Because if she was as into him as he is into her, I don't think she would find his presence as so overwhelming, as so suffocating, you know? But if she's not quite where he's at, then his presence is gonna definitely feel overbearing. And that's the sense that I'm kind of getting from this conversation. So it is time for the couples to move into their apartments. They are back in Germany. And the first couple that we see, well, the first couple that I noted down was Marcel and Jen. They actually have a meditation session together, which is not something that Jen is used to. She typically does it by herself, but this is something that Marcel is passionate about, so she wanted to take part.
So, ich gehe jetzt einmal so mit dich raus.
Die Möglichkeit, über eine Meditation zu bonden, das macht auf jeden Fall was.
Was schön. Ist gut gemacht.
Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob ich es in dem Ausmaß je machen werde, aber es ist auf jeden Fall sehr gut gemacht.
I know Marcel was having the time of his life because this is the only time outside of when Jen is sleeping that she was this quiet. He was like, she's not talking? Oh my God, I'm so happy. Anyways, this was a really good thing for them to do together. Like I said before, Jen is not used to this. She feels like meditation is a very intimate thing for her, and sometimes things come out that maybe she's not ready for Marcel to see. But she got to see him in a light that she hasn't seen him yet, and to watch him be fully immersed in something that he's passionate about, it just, you know, it made them feel good. They had a nice calm time together. It definitely was great. Now, has it fixed their problems per se? No, their personalities are so different, and I don't know if they'll ever be able to get on the same page. He even said that he is so what's the word? I want to say solace, but grammatically that doesn't make sense. He is so solace. He seeks solace so much so that he goes on these retreats where they are silent for 10 days. Now, I know I'm a yapper, but I could be quiet too. 10 days? I don't know if I could give you even 10 hours. I think that would be the most I could ever do it. So yeah, she's very on 10 a lot, and he likes to be on low power mode a lot. So oof. Later on, this was quite interesting. She meets his roommates, and both of his roommates are women. Now, it's not that there's any foul play there, but I personally would investigate. This could be the Americanized mentality, and I'm going to talk about my Americanized mentality later on too. But I'm just like, single guy living with two single women. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But anyways, they say that Jen is going to have a lot of patience dealing with Marcel. They didn't dive too much into it, but they did say basically he speaks on his terms. So I don't know if that's just his natural disposition, if it's a power play. Some of you guys in the comments have said that you think it's a power play. I think it's a little bit of both. I don't know, but these two have a lot to work through. While Daniel and Hany are moving into their apartment, they are unpacking their bags, and there's some tension going on between them.
Du hast mir gar keinen Bügel übrig gelassen, ne?
Die waren bei mir im Schrank.
Was
Nein.
verdeckt das eigentlich? Jetzt mal ohne Spaß, was verdeckt das bei dir? Naked. Nicht für meinen Beinpass rein, nicht für meinen Arm, glaube ich. Bist du ein Zwerg eigentlich oder wie soll das funktionieren?
Auch nicht. Jetzt heute geht's gut mit den Komplimenten.
So I'm of two minds when it comes to this conversation. As a woman, I would be a little bit annoyed if my man is making comments about the things that I decide to wear because what's your problem? Like, he's acting like she's full areola, navel, and coochie out. Like, she's really not. But, you know, she likes to show some skin, a lot of skin. And he was making comments. Now, I don't know if his comments were in a judgy manner or if it was just the kind of banter that they've had the whole time, you know? They kind of have this, like, ooh, jab, jab, jab. No pun intended, because later on they do have, like, a sparring session, a littler one. But they do throw jabs at each other, and it hasn't been weird before. So why is it weird now? This is part of the reason why I also think that maybe the attraction is not mutual when it comes to Hany, because if you genuinely like him and you know that he has your best interest at heart, why are you taking it so personal? Interestingly enough, they have another conversation while making breakfast. I think he was the one cooking, and she started throwing jabs at him. He wasn't taking it quite well. He was saying this is not a great way to communicate. He was feeling quite sensitive, maybe because it was something close to his heart. You know, he's cooking, he's trying to show up for his fiance, and she's not appreciating it in the way that he thought. Vice versa, it's her clothing, it's how she expresses herself, and he's making comments like, when you hit a little bit too close to home, something that was intended to be a joke doesn't feel like a joke anymore. So she's there like, oh, why is he getting so touchy? Why is he taking my comments personal? You just did the same thing and you were confused. So like, maybe both of them just need to drop the sarcasm until they can figure out what their banter is. Honey, imagine my surprise when I see Medina back on my screen. I said, oh, not the dreadhead has returned. Okay, he is back to have a conversation with Sally because apparently both of them feel like they have some unfinished business.
Und ich habe mich halt so gefragt, okay, nicht lachst du mich aus, aber
grinse ich einfach wie so ein kleines Kind so und freue mich einfach. Weiß ich nicht, habe ich es mir auch anders vorgestellt?
um ehrlich zu sein, ich wollte so schnell aus der ganzen Situation raus. Und es tut mir leid, falls ich dich irgendwie verunsichert habe oder dir das Gefühl gegeben habe, dass ich sehe was in dir und ich sehe auch unsere Verbindung. Also ich habe den Verlobungsring noch an. Also ich sag mal so, wärst du bereit, mit mir zusammenzuziehen?
So we get a little bit more clarity on where Sally's head was at the reveal. So at the reveal, she did say that Medina's consistent laughter did make her feel insecure. I heard that she said that, but I kid you not. If you go watch it back, I feel like as soon as the door opened, she wasn't really feeling it like that. And their first kiss too, it was like and she pulled back. I don't know. To me, it was giving, she don't like that man. She doesn't. Some of you guys read it as he made her feel like he didn't like her. And that's why the energy was weird. So Medina had the same thought that I had. He was like, I felt like something was off. And so I wasn't quite sure if you were attracted to me. And so she reassures him that it was not that. It genuinely was a miscommunication on both sides. And so they decide that they want to see things through and they move in together. I don't know. Something about Medina to me just gives, he needs some time alone. I don't know if being in a relationship, let alone being engaged, let alone being prepared to get married is something he needs to do right now. However, Sally seems to be convinced that this is her match. So let's see where things go. So before the couples returned to Germany, Elias and Alina had a conversation. Well, they were finishing off their conversation where he basically was like, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to me and Hany. Like, I don't want to pursue her whatsoever. I'm good. Alina knows that this is a lie. Internally, I feel like she is aware that this man is giving her the runaround, but I guess for the sake of keeping the peace or not wanting to be a problematic fiance or whatever, she's just going to shove her feelings under the rug. Girl, you better trust your gut always, because now they've moved into their apartments. This man's stance has not changed.
Guten Morgen.
Oh. Aufstehen wird halt schwierig jetzt. Also ich bin einfach ein sehr körperbezogener Mensch. Also am liebsten kuschel ich den ganzen Tag und habe viel Körperkontakt. Alles ist toll, alles ist schön, aber ich krieg Hany nicht so ganz aus meinem Kopf raus. Natürlich habe ich darüber nachgedacht, wenn Alina und ich Sex haben, ob für sie ist das vielleicht dann wieder der nächste Schritt in die richtige Richtung, für mich vielleicht nicht. Und dann wird es ja irgendwie noch beschissener.
Ilias jumps on every last nerve I have in my body. Jumps on him. He's incredibly irritating to me. So irritating. Because here you have a woman who is genuinely into this man. And he keeps giving her the runaround knowing he's acting like scum. And cannot even answer for his actions. Not because he doesn't know. I believe this man knows why he acts the way that he does. But because he likes to play in this ambiguous realm. And unfortunately, Alina is aiding into that because she doesn't press him. She doesn't question him. So he's allowed to play stupid. And he's going to continue to do that because he loves it. He loves this whole, oh, I can be dangerous and mysterious. And this is so fun for him. So incredibly irritating. Alina, girl, my sympathy is dwindling. By the end of this episode, my sympathy had completely gone. But at this point, I was like, I think whatever she has clocked him on already is enough for her to be like, you know what, I shouldn't pursue this with him anymore. Has she seen anything super concrete where like he tried to kiss her or he told her point blank, being Hany, he told her point blank that he wants to pursue things? No. But when your gut is telling you something is off, it's oftentimes because something is really off. Thankfully, they haven't had sex yet. And I wonder if that's a part of it. I wonder if she's like, can I really commit myself to you in that way? But anyways, I'm glad they haven't had sex because for him, he says that it probably won't bring them closer. And we already know this man just wants to smash. He would not have sex with her for the sake of building their connection. He just wants to do it because he's horny. Alina, girl, pack your bags and leave this man. I would love to have like a Netflix spinoff where you get to see the people watch the season back. You know, like how they have like Couples Couch for what's that show called? Married at First Sight. Not Married at First Sight. Actually, no, they did have that. 90 Day Fiance, all them type shows where the people on the show watch the show back. That's what I need from Love is Blind, because I would love to see Ilias react to himself. It is so icky to watch this guy move the way that he's moving to a woman who seemingly doesn't deserve it. Like, she has been so genuine, so understanding, so honest, so up until this point, and he is deliberately being an ass. Like, no. I want to see if he actually feels any remorse, because this is insane. So we're gonna fast forward to the best part of this episode, the mixer. A messy mixer, okay? So we have Shella who comes in. Everyone's excited to see her, but obviously they know that there was a breakup. They just don't have the details as to what happened. She tells them, yeah, it is what it is. You know, I think it was a hard decision, but obviously the best decision. If he wasn't going to be all in for me, then there's no point fighting for that. Thank God. Thank God. Anyways, Fabio walks in. I said, oh, okay. Is this going to be a rekindling or whatever? Fabio ain't even talking about Shella. Fabio is thinking about Alberta. I said, okay. Tutus. Alberta walks in. I said, oh my God.
Das ist mir gerade gar nicht, Pascal fehlt. Also, aber eigentlich hoffe ich, dass vielleicht noch jemand anderes kommt.
Alba?
Hi.
Wie geht's dir?
Gut, und dir?
Fabio, was für ein Gefühl? Hä? Keine Ahnung, ich versuche die ganze Zeit. Ich bereue meine Entscheidung von damals.
Und jetzt sagst du aber, dass du für uns beide bist.
Ja, weil ich habe mich dann in dem Moment einfach falsch entschieden.
Also ich bin keine zweite Wahl. Weißt du, was ich meine? Schönen Abend wünsche ich dir.
Ja.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I was smiling. I was. It was just cute to see her, you know, just be cheeky and flirting across the room. You know, typically we see her in tears. So it was nice to see her just be happy and cheeky and whatever. So Fabio just can't help but go and talk to my girl, Alberta. And I'm glad that she was in the driver's seat, because she was like, well, I asked you in the pods what was up, and you told me you weren't feeling me, so why are you feeling me now? And he's like, no, I was thinking about you the whole time. Oh, I made a bad decision. She's like, well, it's a little too late for that now. I say, yes, Albert, yes, yes. I was loving it. I loved it because really and truly, she gave herself fully. She put herself on a platter and was like, I am here. All you have to do is say yes. And he said no. He said no. So why must she entertain him now? No, you had your chance. You lost it. Now, a part of me still wants to see what would happen if they were to explore things. Okay, clearly this whole second chance arc has worked for people on Love is Blind before. I'm not mad at seeing if something could happen. But if Alberta stands her ground, I'm okay with that too. Tolga shows up and he was starting his whole sympathy thing like, oh, it's been such a hard week for, police. But anyways, he doesn't regret his decision. He thinks that he and Sheila definitely need to go their separate ways, and he is now relieved that that chapter is over. However, he's trying to see if there is still something there that could develop between him and Hannah. Hannah walks in, this man's face lit up, and I'm happy that it did. I'm happy he proved me wrong. I'm very happy he proved me wrong. He lit up. He was looking at her up and down. He could not take his eyes off Miss Girl.
Aber ich bin extrem aufgeregt und ich habe extreme Angst vor der Aussprache. So.
Okay, das kann nur Hannah sein. Das ist Hannah mit Ansage.
Hallo Hannah.
Hi. Hi.
Gut sieht's aus.
Du auch?
Danke.
Ich bin aufgeregt jetzt. Nee.
Ich finde es so surreal, so dass wir hier sitzen. So, ich habe komplett.
Wir hätten mehr geschwärmt für dich und deswegen fandest du es besser. Also eigentlich für dein Ego, oder was? Sag ich ganz ehrlich jetzt. Guck und du lachst. Das heißt, guck mal, du lächelst jetzt schon.
Guck mich nicht so an, ich fühle mich so wie so ein kleiner Junge.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ich kann kennenlernen, wenn du es wollen würdest.
I am so happy that my impression of how this would have went down was wrong. And I did say, listen, this is going to be a tangent. If you don't care, just skip. There's no need to complain about it in the comments. Just fast forward, okay? I'm going on a tangent here. I said in the last video that I could be imposing my own, my own internalization of like beauty standards and stuff like that onto him. I'm aware of that. I hear it, you know? When I was in Ghana a few weeks ago, which now makes me so sad that I'm not in Ghana anymore. Anyways, there was one specific situation that had me do a mental check like, oh my gosh, girl, your mentality is warped. So obviously we know the more like European type beauty standard is blonde hair, blue eyes, slim body, Eurocentric features, pale skin, right? How that translates in the Black community is fair skin, curly hair, petite build, stuff like that. You can see I ain't that, okay? Dark skin, I'm tall, I'm plus size, I have Afrocentric features, okay? I'm African. So I should have known that in Africa, sometimes the vibe ain't like that. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes it isn't. And so I was getting attention here and there, and it was like, okay, whatever. But there was one specific incident where it was me and a friend of mine who is slimmer, short, light skin, curly hair. I thought, of course, this man is coming to talk to her. Didn't even consider myself. And don't get me wrong, I think I'm a cute girl, okay? So don't even think it's an insecurity thing, okay? I think I'm that girl. I think I'm beautiful, okay? So don't start. But he came over to me, and I literally was paying him no mind because I was just like, he's coming to ask about my friend. And he's like, hey, I just came. I wanted to talk to you. Like, can I get your number? I said, whose number? Because I know you ain't talking to me. Because that man, he was so cute. I was like, I know he's not talking to me. And he's like, yeah, I'm very interested. I saw you. I was like, wow, I need to go talk to this girl. Like, can I get your number? And so I give him my number. I'm like, sure, whatever. And he's like, are you going to text me? I'm thinking, why is this man? He's like, are you going to text? Like, he was making it seem like I am like his dream girl and it would be amazing if I gave him attention. Mind you, the whole time I was thinking he was going for the more desirable person who I've been conditioned to think is more desirable. I literally sent a voice note to my friends and I was like, North America has messed me up. because I internalized that there's no way someone could be attracted to me when there is a lighter skin, curly hair, slimmer body, shorter woman standing right by me. Like, that's impossible. How could that be? When really the whole world don't work like that. So yeah, I did acknowledge that I could have been putting my own stuff on Toga, and it turns out that I did. He does like Hannah, at least he's making it seem like he does. So great, I love that for her. However, I don't want her to pursue this connection. I was not happy to see her flirting with him and her being receptive to him wanting to see where things go. I just think that he is going to waste her time. I'm sorry. She even clocked the fact that him pursuing Sheila was an ego stroke for him. He basically was like, oh, she showed more interest. And he was like, oh, so you went for the girl who just had a crush on you. Like, it was a competition for him. It was like, oh, look at me. Like, I got the, like, anyways, she wants him. Sometimes when it comes to matters of the heart, all rationale goes out the window. So I hope he does right by her. We have 3 more episodes to figure out whether he does or he doesn't. The episode ends with Ilyas and Hany, again. Because Alina goes into the mixer. She's so excited about where things are going between her and Ilyas. She's like, yeah, you know, I could really see a future between us. And they're like, oh my gosh, does he say that he loves you? And she's like, no, he says that he likes me. Girl, oh my gosh. Like, you're getting excited because the man likes, not loves, likes you. And even the liking is questionable because look at him again.
Ich will sagen, ich bin auf jeden Fall ein bisschen in love. Er hat gesagt, ich hab dich lieb. Oh.
Klasse, das finden wir gut. Das sage ich auch gerne zu meiner Mutter.
Ich krieg Hany nicht so ganz aus meinem Kopf raus.
Ich glaube, das ist halt klar für alle, dass es halt keine deepe Connection ist.
Und wenn wir reden, ist von meiner Seite halt nicht so, dass ich sage, nur freundschaftlich.
Es ist so komisch irgendwie. Weil ich mir halt auch denke, nee, es hat halt echt alles seine Grenzen und das war jetzt irgendwie so einer zu viel.
At this point, my sympathy is 0, nil pois, zilch, nada, dololo, gone. Nothing. I have no sympathy for this girl because you have seen on multiple occasions this man go against the things that he is telling you. This man reinforce things that you have felt internally. You have a gut feeling about him and he proves you right every single time. Yet you're going to be excited because the man says things like, I like you. What? Yes, he hasn't told her point blank that Hany is as much of an option for him as we know that she is, but the signs are there. It is enough to see with your eyes that what he's saying is not entirely true. She has voiced it to the cameras and to him. And you're still going to try to be this understanding. Oh, please, 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 please. For what? This man blatantly chooses himself every single time. If it's a matter of serving the relationship or serving himself, he will serve himself first. He's going to do whatever it takes to have his cake and eat it too. I don't even think he wants to have his cake and eat it too. He just wants... Wait. I was going to say he just wants Hany's cakes. Oh my gosh. Sorry. The point is, this is not a man you should be excited to be with, okay? He is not giving you the energy that you deserve. He's giving you enough evidence to realize, I probably shouldn't stick around here. And you're going to look like Boo Boo the Fool if you stick around knowing what you already know. But, okay, maybe she's one of those people who needs like a real wake-up call, similar to Shella. The man just needs to come to you and say, I don't like you, for you to realize, oh, he doesn't like me. The actions show, guys. It doesn't have to be explicitly said. You can tell how somebody feels about you based on how they act. 2 more episodes. Am I going to bulk the last 2? I'm not quite sure. Why? We got time. We got a whole week. We got Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the last episode drops on Thursday. They'll be individual. So, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.